Welcome back. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer investigating national security and data privacy concerns resulting from ancestry website 23andMe's bankruptcy. Comer sent a letter to board member Ann Wojcicki requesting she turn over documents and testify in a public hearing. Comer writes about, quote, significant concerns regarding potential transfers of customers and family members' sensitive personal data to various interested entities, including the Chinese Communist Party. Joining me now is the man himself, House Oversight Committee Chairman, Kentucky Congressman James Comer. Mr. Chairman, welcome back. Great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Good morning.
So what do you think happened here?
Well, I don't know. I fear the worst. We know China has a reputation for stealing our intellectual property, stealing our patents, and stealing our data. Data like this that 23andMe possess could be very harmful to a lot of Americans. You think about what China could do with that, with their advanced AI technology. They could sell the data to insurance companies. They could sell the data to people wanting to blackmail Americans that were customers of 23andMe. I mean, the potential list of crimes that could be committed by China or any other country, or even a bad actor in America, is endless. So we want to make sure that 23andMe are complying with protecting the privacy and protecting the data of their customers through this bankruptcy court. And that's why we're going to bring in executives and have them under oath. And we strongly encourage people who have used 23andMe to go in, if they can, and delete all their data on that platform.
You know, it's unbelievable. I mean, I had experience with this myself. When I was in Davos one year at the World Economic Forum, I was coming down the elevator in the hotel, and somebody from 23andMe runs over to me and says, Maria, spit in this cup, hurry. I go, what? I'm not going to spit in the cup. Well, oh, yeah, no, spit in the cup because we got the 23andMe set up over here. We want to get your DNA. I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not spitting in any cup. You and your husband know enough about me from all my searches on Google because, of course, the wife of the founder of Google started 23andMe, right?
Yeah, I mean, the data that... Right. The data that 23andMe possess is worth more than the company probably, and it's worth a lot to bad actors around the world. So this is a very serious investigation. I think everyone that's used 23andMe should take this very seriously and do everything in their ability to try to get in and delete that data. But we want to make sure that nothing's already happened with that data and that nothing happens throughout the bankruptcy process.
Why do you think China wants the data of the DNA of Americans?
Because this is consistent with how they operate. As I said earlier, and you've said it more than anyone, Maria, they steal our patents, they steal our intellectual property, and they steal our data. Data like this could be very valuable to certain insurance companies, to certain private investigative and opposition research companies that want to blackmail Americans. And the list of potential crimes is endless that could happen here. And it doesn't seem like anyone else is taking this very seriously. We're concerned about this, and this is going to be a priority investigation for the House Oversight Committee.
Oh, yeah, no, we have been doing a deep dive on China for many years and the bad behavior, the undermining of America. But, Mr. Chairman, you're now inviting the governors of Illinois, New York, and Minnesota to testify on their state sanctuary city policies next month. I want to get to this investigation as well because you want them to hand over all related documents and communications. Border Czar Tom Homan is vowing to go after leaders of sanctuary cities. Watch this.
There are laws on the books that make it a criminal offense to shield or harbor illegal immigrants like the sanctuary state city leaders have been doing. Do you think they should be prosecuted, the both said the law, possibly put in prison?
Absolutely. And hold tight on that one. Because it's coming. It's coming. I've been clear on that since day one. The sanctuary city can sit by and watch their communities get ravaged by illegal aliens. They can watch young women get raped and murdered. Trump administration is not going to stand for that.
Mr. Chairman, what do you think you can find out here?
Well, we want to know if there's been communication. We'd love to know if there was communication with the previous administration and with Mayorkas in trying to harbor all of these illegals that these states have been harboring. Look, we know that there was a formal, organized process getting these illegals across the border into these cities and states that are sanctuaries. And the definition of sanctuary is a safe place for illegals. That's against the law. Tom Homan's exactly right. Tom Homan, by the way, is a great American, and we're working very closely with him. We want to see if these governors are going to do like the mayors did when we had the sanctuary city mayors in last month. Are they going to defy federal law? And if so, then their federal funding should be at risk, and they should be personally liable. And you heard Tom Homan say that they're serious about prosecuting anyone that stands in the way and breaks the law. And the law is you cannot harbor illegals. Many of these illegals are criminals, and this administration has been very transparent with the American people. They're going to apprehend these illegals that have committed crimes and deport them back to where they came from.
Well, I mean, all of this is connected. And of course, you've done this deep investigation into China as well as it relates to the money that the Biden family has taken in, as you have told us many times on this program. And I had a guest recently come on and say that it's more like 150,000 Chinese nationals who've come in to America through the open border under Joe Biden's term. Is that the right number? And why do you think that they are here?
We've heard that number too, and I have no idea why they're here, but it can't be anything good. If China's economy and China's country is as great as many would say, and President Xi brags about, then why are so many people coming over here? And they're all military-age men. That should be a red flag. They're military-age men who have been coming over here. We don't have any documentation that we can find that was supposed to be documented from the previous administration as to what their objectives are, where they've ended up. But we know a lot of these people are in these 3 states where we're going to have the governors in, and we're going to ask a lot of questions. I have 26 Republican colleagues on the House Oversight Committee. Each will get 5 minutes, so there should be a lot of information extracted from these 3 governors.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the White House is asking Congress to claw back more than $9 billion in previously approved funding, including more than $1 billion for NPR and PBS. Congressman, last month you held that other hearing with the heads of NPR and PBS, accusing them of spreading, quote, leftist propaganda funded by taxpayer dollars. Is it possible to completely close down those outlets?
It's possible to take their federal funding. Look, if PBS and NPR want to continue to mislead their viewers and spread disinformation, they have a constitutional right to do that through freedom of the press. But they don't have a right to do it with our taxpayer dollars. And that's what our committee hearing was about, not censoring NPR and PBS, but taking their federal funding, because they have not proven to be good stewards of our taxpayer dollars. We went through that hearing. The head of NPR and PBS, they failed to make a compelling argument as to why we should continue to fund those organizations. I'm glad the administration is working with us now to try to strip the funding. I think it should have been done immediately after that hearing, but we're going to try to do everything in our ability to strip their federal funding, and that's just the first step. There are so many other agencies that receive substantial amounts of federal funding that their funding should be stripped. When we're looking in an environment to finally try to balance the budget and finally try to end wasteful spending, I mean, the numbers of PBRs or PBS and NPRs that are being funded by our federal government is endless. So this is a great first step. I'm proud of our hearing. Hopefully there'll be many more.
All right. Well, we'll be watching your work as we always do, Congressman. It's great to see you this morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Maria.
All right, Chairman James Comer. Stay with us. We'll be right back.